and a very good morning, good afternoon. Welcome along to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us this Wednesday. My name is Ben Moseby. Apologies if I just froze for a second there, but apparently we are back up and running again. It wasn't me mucking around this time either. We are delighted that you are here for us this Wednesday, and we are delighted to be able to bring you a craft along. If you are new to us, this is, well, basically, does what it says in the tin. We bring you a craft along where we craft in real time. All right, so there's going to be no, here's something that I made a little bit earlier on and shove it in. We do it all in real time for you so that you can craft along. If you haven't already got the goodies that we're going to be crafting with, we are going to give you the opportunity to get your hands on them. And here's the other brilliant thing. This show, of course, will be there for you forever on YouTube. So, of course, if you do decide to jump in and grab the goodies we're going to be crafting with today, you have got the ability to then watch this show back at a time available to you and more convenient to you. We're going to be crafting today with the Cut in Numbers die collection. When this launched, actually, it sold out, and we've now just got it back in stock. So many of you were chatting about this a little bit earlier on Wake Up Call. Lots of you have jumped in and grabbed it this morning, and I've no doubt loads of you will be jumping in to grab it as well over the course of this show. $23.99 and $31.96 is the price. I'll give you more details on it in just a bit, and I'll also introduce you to a lovely lady who's going to be crafting along with us on this show from Lancashire. But more on that in just a second, because the lady who's going to be leading the craft along, one of my absolute faves. It is the lovely Debbie Robinson. What you got in store for us, missus?
Oh, I'm looking forward to this one because I didn't think I'd get to play with these selling out initially. So absolutely love these. And I'm keeping it a little bit on the simple side because I've got another craft along tomorrow, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that later. So I'm keeping it simple for this one because when you see that project, you'll understand why. However, these are just fabulous. It's all about personalisation in the number respect because I am one of those that loves to celebrate a birthday no matter what age. Same with the anniversaries, no matter what year you're celebrating, everything should be ready available for you to do. And that's what you've got with this set of dies and those sentiments too. So what we're actually going to do is create, and you've got to keep this on the QT, because this is my mum's birthday card. Not till September, so I've got to make sure that I keep it somewhere safe. You know what I mean by that, Ben?
Oh, yeah.
So, Bet, we are going to be doing a little mini card album, because what I've done is I've personalised this especially for my mum. So you can see here we've got these lovely elements on, but the cut-in numbers are what we're going to use today. I'm doing a little bit of paper piecing at the background as well. But you can turn this into a little mini album, so you can put your pictures. Now, that's my lovely mum, old Mozzle, as she is nicknamed affectionately.
What's she called?
Mozzle. Her name's actually Maureen.
Yeah.
It's just that my son and daughters call her Mozzle for some reason. But yeah, I've personalised this, so you can see, even on the back page, I love that photo of me and my mum. But you can personalise these, and we're going to have this as a nice little album, mini card album, that we're going to be able to create. And I'm telling you, hand on heart, promise you, real-time crafting, start to finish. We're going to do this, and I even think we're going to get another one in there. Bet I'm looking forward to it. What you need to know and what products you need to have and all the bits and bobs. My gorgeous TV hubby over in the other side of the studio is going to tell you what you need.
I certainly will. And by the way, let us know if you're crafting along with us as well, so we can give you a little shout out, and also so that we can get you to send in your finished projects at the end of the show. You can get in touch on Facebook and on YouTube. Of course, Diane's in. Dawn says, hi all craft alongers, I am raring to go. Laura Mazin from Virginia, Teresa from Illinois, Elizabeth from Texas. But if you have just joined us and you've got this collection, you're thinking, I want to join in the craft along. What do I need? Well, let's give you your shopping list of everything that you will need to get your hands on, and we'll give you a chance to do this as well. So you will need those cut-in number dies and also the cut-in sentiments dies as well. As I've said, if you haven't already got these, we will give you your chance to buy them during the show. You'll need your party time elements die. You will need some white stamping card. You'll need the contemporary watercolor paper pad, the 12x12 paper pad, and you'll also need the 12x12 textured cardstock brights. You're also going to need sort of your tools of the trade, really. You're going to need your large guillotine. You'll be seeing Debbie using the Scoremaster. Glue-wise, you'll need your all-purpose glue. You'll need your dotty and permanent tape pens. You'll need your bone folder. you'll need your scissors, you'll need red liner tape, you'll need some gems, and you'll need your photo and white gel pen, although that is optional, but that is a pretty much full list of everything that you're going to need over the course of the next couple of hours. We will give you a bit of a chance to get your hands on those whilst we introduce you to another special guest, because on the craft alongs we love to have somebody crafting along with us. We did a craft along earlier on in the week and we headed across the pond over to New York, but today we're staying here in the UK and we're heading to lovely Lancashire. And we're saying a very good afternoon to Deborah Barnforth. Hello, Deborah.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Nervous but exciting.
Do you know what? I hear that so many times at the start of these craft alongs. Everyone always goes, oh, I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm very excited. And by the end, I can guarantee you'll be wanting to come on and do it again. Where exactly are you in Lancashire?
Poulton-le-Fylde.
Okay, and for people, because we were chatting before the show, for people who don't know Poulton-le-Fylde, where's that near?
Near Blackhall.
Okay, and how's the weather today?
Raining.
So, a good day to be crafting then, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. It's been raining all day.
And you've got everything you need in your raring to go, I know. And just to say that our Debbie wants to say hello, because you've been chatting to Debbie, haven't you, on the old socials over the last day or so?
Yes.
Yes. Hello, Deb. From one Deb to another. I think that's how we address you. Hi. Are you looking forward to it, Deborah?
I am.
Oh,
just a bit
lovely.
scared, but it's exciting to be on here.
Don't, but honestly, you're in great company and all the crafting community are behind you. So just relax, enjoy, craft along and just have fun with it. And honestly, I bet you any money, by the time we finish this show, you're asking producer Georgina, can I put my name down again?
Absolutely right. And I tell you what, Deborah, we're going to be coming back and forth to you, and I know you've got lots of projects to show us as well, so we are very much looking forward to that. So, Deborah, you're ready in Poulton-le-Fylde, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Debbie, are you ready over the other side of the studio?
I am indeed.
Good stuff.
Ben, I am indeed.
So let's get cracking. Oh, we're ready in the gallery? Yes. Are you ready at home? Good. I'm ready. So let's get started with the craft along. It's with your cut in numbers die collection. Where do we need to start, Debbie?
We're going to start with probably one of my very most favourite products that we have here on what I call the consumables, which is our white stamping card. I know that if you've been a big follower of Crafters TV, you will know that I make everything with this. This is where I do all my bases for my cards and my boxes, with the odd exception of chopping and changing it up now and again. But you can get hold of your card base. Now this for your mini album literally can be any other cardstock. It doesn't have to be white stamping card. If you want to decorate it to your own, to your heart's content with something else, you just need a good sturdy cardstock. And this one is the sturdiest that we have, which is 300 GSM. So you need to get yourself 2 or 3 sheets of this, and what I'm going to do is take you through the measurements, because we're going to do a few measurements to get the outer base part. We're going to cut some other separate bits in a bit as well, because they're the bits that are going to do the cutting numbers, because we're going to give this a really nice, this is a sturdy project. It's not something that's going to flop over, plus it's something as a little keepsake as well that I want my mum to have. So again, it's nice and sturdy, it's not flippy floppy, and it's got some nice structure to it. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm using my large guillotine. So I want you to get your large guillotine out and get yourself started by extending that arm and getting it all ready, because the first measurement that we're going to take with our cardstock is we're going to make a base of 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. So taking your guillotine, lift that up, take that along the top. I always say this, and I'll never apologise for saying it, but make sure this cardstock is buttered up to this top side of the board.
Right.
So right up to the very top, not slanting, not halfway down, right up to the very top. Keeps a nice sturdy grip on the cardstock as well, but also it gives you the accurate measurement. So going along to the 8.5 centimetres, we've just lined that up on this side. Hold the finger grips and snip down. And then we're going to turn that to our portraits. Get your landscape portrait right. And we're going to do exactly the same, but this time we're cutting to 5.5 inches. Okay, so that first piece is 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. So you're going to put that one to one side. That's going to be one of the base layers of the mini album. Take your next sheet And we're going to measure this one at 6.5 inches by 5.5 inches. Now, when you're popping this on again, it's exactly the same way where you're going to take it to that 6.5 mark and then the 5. However, I'm going to get a bit of longevity out of my cardstock with this because I do like to do this, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to start with a 5.5 mark because I've got a nice big chunky strip then that I'm not cutting into. So 5.5 inches by 6.5 inches. So again, using your large guillotine, that enables you to do, but you've got nice bits of spare card there that
Yes.
not chopped and chipped up into. So first layer 8.5, second layer, first layer 8.5 by 5.5 inches, second layer 6.5 inches by 5.5, and then the last one, so we can either grab another piece of cardstock, and we're going to measure this at 4.5 inches by 5.5 inches. So taking that in, up to that 4.5 inches mark, and then 5.5 inches. And again, we've got lots of cardstock to be playing about with, spare bits that we might need for future other projects. Well, this is going to be helpful when we are cutting in our other ones for us cutting numbers. So just put that to one side for the time being. But what you should end up with now, and I'll just bring these back in, let me move that out of the way, Ben. What you should end up with are 3 pieces of cardstock, and let me just bring in my scoreboard so you can see it a little bit better. You will have 8.5 by 5.5, 6.5 by 5.5,
Yep.
and 4.5 by 5.5.
Perfect.
And you can see when they line up on top of each other, they're the 3 stages of your album.
Yeah.
But we're going to do some scoring as well, so I want you to grab your scoring board. I'm using the Score Master. If you've got a big score, then you can use your big score as well. You could obviously, if you're cutting this on your guillotine, you could use your guillotine because there's a scoreboard on there as well. So try to cover all bases with that one. Now for each one of these albums, I'm just going to create myself a little bit of a tab. So I am using our scoring tool for this part. It comes with the board, and we're going to score in at 1/2 inch. So we're having a nice little small tab.
Yes.
Tab.
Good word.
So I'm going to score that down
Okay.
at 1/2 inch, making sure this is a portrait. Me and my portraits
Landscape.
and landscapes. Landscape. I can't even use an excuse of no coffee and food because I've had some. So our landscape way score at 1/2 inches.
If it makes you feel better, I do sometimes have to double check myself, landscape and portrait.
All the time, Ben, all the
Just a little
time. That's
second.
exactly what I'm like. For the 6.5 by 5.5, exactly the same. Whenever you're scoring, you take it to that left-hand side of the board and you score down at 1/2 inch. That's your true 1/2 inch. There we go. So that's that one. Nice couple of gentle scores as well because it breaks those fibres. And then taking your last piece, and because this last piece looks quite similar, just make sure that it's the right size because it can, I mean, the art, it doesn't look much different, does it, to be fair? But popping that on, I'm going to do exactly the same. So on the 4.5 mark, we're going to score at 1/2 inch in. And this will be creating a very, very easy, straightforward album base. So popping that there. We've now got all our score lines, and this is when you're going to take your bone folder.
Yes.
And I am using my large one, and I'm just saying it slowly because I'm having a repeat of last night. Ben.
We will not have a repeat of last night.
We will not have a repeat of last night.
No, it's some fun and games last night.
Exactly.
But we're very sensible today. In
We are
sensible
being
mode.
very sensible and
Yes.
very professional. But we're going to give these a nice burnish so that you've got all of these pieces now that fit lovely on. And they are going to wrap around each other, but we'll talk about that in a moment. I think I'm going to let everybody catch up and get all the pieces done. I'm just going to recap. 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches.
Okay.
Score at 1/2 inch on the landscape way. Second piece, 6.5 inches by 5.5 inches. Score at 1/2 inch in and burnish. And the last piece, 4.5 inches by 5.5 inches and score at 1/2 inch. And that is the base of your album for now. Now.
Okay, well, we will let you catch up just very quickly. Loads of you watching already. Must say a very good morning to Renee, who's watching from North Carolina, and Elizabeth from Texas. Diane says, I'm so excited for this. I bought these when they first came out. Deborah Borman is sitting in the Seattle airport waiting for a flight back to Florida. Well, better way to pass my time than to watch Crafters TV, says Deborah. Gilmer says, going to love this mini album card. And been saying I'll try to craft along, but usually I can't keep up. I'll try to post a photo later. Well, listen, as always, if we're going a little bit too fast, if we're not taking enough breaks, you can get in touch with us. We're live. We are live and interactive. Go, oi, Moseby, slow it down. Facebook and YouTube. If we need to slow it, we can take a little break and give you plenty of chance to catch up. And again, if there's anything you want us to recap on, that is what we are here for. Crafty Becky just saying good morning from San Diego. So excited for this craft along. I had so much fun with the last one. Just to note as well, if you haven't yet got this collection, it is available at a stunning price today. It's a £40 bundle or a $54 bundle that you can get home today as a Platinum member for £23.99 or $31.96. And this is what it is all about. I think, you know what, if you're crafting, you need a number collection in your armoury, you need an alphabet in your armoury as well to give you the ultimate in personalisation, and that's what this is all about. You know, if you do go into your card shops, you know, you can get your 18th birthdays, can't you? You can get your 21st birthdays, but you can't always get those birthday numbers in between. But when you've got a set like this, you can create a card for whatever birthday it might be. Now, not only are we going to give you the cut-in dies, but we're also going to give you in this bundle those sentiments as well, which are absolutely amazing. And basically the way that the price works today, it's like we're giving you these for free. So you've got happy birthday, happy anniversary, you've got celebrate, you've got congratulations, sentiments pretty much for everything, and then you've got those ordinals as well, the erd and the th. So everything that you need to really kind of finish off that card project. And I just want to show you earlier on, Sam, who you're going to be seeing again later, made these two cards. And I just think it's a really great representation of how cool they are. So again here, cutting into this card, just backing it with some beautiful paper, making a beautiful 25th anniversary card. But then with the waste, if you like, the 25 that she cut out, she was then able to create another card here. So that's basically a twofer, as we called it. Two cards for the price of one. And this is what you've got the ability to do with this collection. So if you haven't yet got it, get it in your basket now. And then, of course, we'll get this sent out to you. And then you'll have this craft along to look back on once you get your collection, and you can craft along at your own pace. One thing I just want to quickly bring to your attention down here is the paper handler. Oh, not you want the 6x6. I picked up the wrong one. I was listening. This one here, I'm getting too excited. The 6x6 paper handler. These, both the 6x6 and the 12x12, have been flying off the shelf over the course of the last few days. We basically worked it out. It was the realization, I think, on Monday when we were with Christine and we were chatting lots about paper pads. I think everybody had a look around their craft rooms and they went, "Core blimey, I've got a lot of paper pads. I've got nowhere to store them. They're all over the place. I want to make sure that I can, reference them all. I can make sure that they're all nicely, neatly stored, and that's why you've all been going for these paper handlers. This 6x6, totally Tiffany product, so again, it's great value for money. Just for reference purposes, we popped 2 pads in there. You can see that you're going to get a whole load more in there as well. Maybe 3, maybe 4 squeezing into them. But what's brilliant about them is they'll stack beautifully on your shelf. You've got your little hole either side to be able to pull those off the shelf nice and easily for you. You can label them up too, should you want to be able to do that. And then you've got those handles which pop out of the side. So when you go into your crops, when you go into your craft fairs, when you're just going crafting with your mates, you've got the ability to take these with you, no problem. They're $3.99 or $4.79, so definitely go for them. I know a few people have been multi-buying these over the course of the last few days, and if you're saying, well, hang on a minute, I've got loads of 12x12 paper pads. Funnily enough, we've got the 12x12 paper handler. What I will tell you though, the stock of this has been absolutely decimated since we basically brought these to your attention on Monday. Hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of these have sold, and that's just Christine. Loads of you, sorry Christine if you're watching, loads of you have been jumping in for these. The other day we had 4 paper pads in here and 3 vellum pads as well, so I fitted 7 into the actual holder that we've got. But again, you've got your hole either side to make it nice and easy to pull these off the shelf. They're nice and super sturdy. Those handles pack down when they're on your shelf, and then when you want to take them with you, pop up the handles and away you go. You have got a super sturdy 12x12 paper handler. So if you need to get your life in order as far as your paper pads are concerned, $5.59 or $7.19 if you're shopping with us as a Platinum member. Get a few of those, get a few of they, and then your paper is all super stored. The 12 by 12 could potentially sell out this show. If it sells at the same pace it's been selling over the last couple of days, it will. It will. I can tell you that for nothing. $5.59 or $7.19. Right, I think that has given you enough time, hopefully, to catch up. We'll check in with Deborah in just a little while, but let's get back over to our Debbie, who's ready for the next step on our cut in numbers die craft along. What are we doing next?
So we're just going to pop it together, as in the base part of it. We're going to add the extra bits when we've done the cutting elements to it, and then all the decorative papers as well. So that's the order that I'm planning on doing this. So for this piece, you need to take your 2 larger pieces for this. So you can see that I have pulled this particular flap inside, so it comes inside, because I'm going to attach it to the fold of that card. And by that, Ben, I mean I'm going to pop this on. So I'm going to put some tape, red liner tape, this one. I'm going to give it a sturdy spine.
Yes.
Sturdy spine. Yes. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to use red liner tape, and because I want it to be sturdy, I am going to use a super strong. Now I think this is the, I want to say the 6mm, but it might be yeah, it's a 6mm, this one, not the 3mm.
Yeah.
Which we still do have in stock. So I'm going to pop that, and I'll show you exactly where I've popped it in a minute. I've popped that onto the inside. So I've brought this tab in here,
okay,
and this tab here, but the one that I'm going to put the red liner tape is on the inside, on the outside, which might sound back to front, but it does give you a really nice sturdy spine. So I'm just going to pop my red liner tape on there.
Yep.
And then we're going to give it a little burnish with my bone folder.
Okay.
And this is just to help you with the red liner tape so it don't get too static.
Yes.
So you can give it a nice little burnish over.
It's handy to do as well, because I found when I did the last craft along with Jan, I was using this tape and I wasn't burnishing it down, and I found it really hard to peel off. But if you burnish it, it sticks it better, doesn't it? So.
Well, that's when your small one can come in, you know, handy. And this is what I was saying last night with Jan, why she likes that smaller one. It can get into those precision ways. So literally, I'm just giving that a nice little burnish on either side.
Yeah.
So now what that is going to do is it's going to go on the inside. So you see there. So we're going to take this bit off first. Right. So pop that off. And that's the flap that's got it on the inside.
Okay.
I'm then going to place this one, so literally the butt of this board into that flap, okay?
Okay.
And onto that fold line. And I'm just going to make sure before I commit that I've got a nice fold. And by that I mean, I'm not going to press it down or anything like that. I'm just going to turn it over on the back. Yep, that's nice and neat. And what that does, it enables me then is to take this piece off and attach it to this piece. And that gives it a really nice sturdy feel. And we'll do the burnishing in a moment. Okay. So pop that down.
Hi, Christine Mahoney. She's watching. I knew she would be.
So you can use your fingers to this bit just to burnish that down.
Yep.
And I'm going to turn it over and do exactly the same on the other side. And that's just adhering all your tape together. And then I'm going to take that and fold it back in on itself and give it a nice crisp burnish. Okay. A nice crisp. Okay. So we are literally making sure we've got a really nice fold there. So you can see now I've got a really nice strong fold, nice and easy. That's the first page. Okay. So now when we do the next part, I'm going to tuck it around the back again. So it gives it that strong, because this is going to be the front one, okay? So I want you to use the inside of this flap. So again, bend it into it. Yep. Pop your red liner tape just down on here. And then it's going to tuck around the back of there, okay?
Right.
Right, perfect. So let's pop our red liner tape on. And this is just to create the outside part of the album. Mm-hmm. You know, you could add more pages if you wanted to. If you want to create a really nice album, you could go really big.
Oh, so you just go a bit longer.
And you could add an extra, and all I've done literally, when you think about the measurements, is I've taken them down 2 inches to create those, and actually fits the cutting numbers really, really well. So what I'm just going to do now, again, let's give it a little burnish. Push that down, and if you notice that the tape, the red liner tape at the back, perfect, doesn't get stuck anywhere, Ben. Yeah. Which is why we always say it's probably one of the best ways. Little top tip that we've picked up along the way. Now I'm just going to give this another little burnish just to get this nice, and I want a really nice crisp line. And I noticed that when I did it, I went off a little bit. What's the word? Off skew whiff.
Skew whiff.
I want a bit skew whiff, and I don't want to go skew whiff, so I want to try and get that nice, rectify that, because you can rectify it as well. So That's all ready. So I'm going to place that now. So this nice clean edge at the front is going to go where these are at the back. And we're going to attach that to the very back again. And before I commit, Ben, I'm doing exactly the same. I'm going to turn it over. Looks nice and straight, all nice straight edges. I'm making sure that this fold will fold over nice and neatly as well, which it is doing perfectly. So all I'm going to do now again is give it a nice burnish. That's when the big bone folder will come in handy for this. Yeah. Because there's a lot of burnishing on those score lines to make sure you've got nice and crisp. All right, so you can hear the pressure that I'm putting down on there to make sure we've got nice, crisp, even lines. And what that's done now is created that first part of the base. So, that's about right? What do you think? Do you think that's everybody will be caught up with that little bit?
Yeah, so if you just go again, so so the 3 layers that we've got, tell us where the folds went again.
Right, so when you have your folds, can you see on this particular one? It's on the inside of there. So I popped this larger piece onto the inside. I like double flapped that up, if that makes sense. And then just fold that over. But the last one, the outer part, goes onto the back. Right. It creates nice, neat ones. Apart from this, and I mean, even then, we're going to be covering this up in a bit, Ben. Yeah. So don't worry. As long as you've got this base where it all, I mean, if you wanted, you could actually tuck them all under each other to create it. But I find it's a lot sturdier and it creates a nice little fold there where you've got one on there and one on the inside too. And I hope that makes sense, but it gives it a really nice, strong spine, which means it's perfect for holding up, but it's also going to be perfect for when we're putting all the layers up together as well. So I'll let you catch up a little bit because we're going to get ready for the next bit where we're not going to do the pattern paper just yet. I think we'll get ready for the next stage where we're going to cut out our numbers and then we'll start adding all the patterns and you'll see it all forming up. Right, Ben, little breather. Little breather for everyone to get that ready together.
Hopefully, again, that little recap was sort of explanatory and helped you just catch up if you're a little bit further behind. It showed you where Debbie actually attached those and where she put that tape for you as well. Loads of you crafting along with us, which is lovely. Panda Crafts just says, I'm at work at the moment, just on a break, so I'll do it tomorrow. Again, don't forget, you can order the kit right now. I think this is a brilliant price at $23.99 or $31.96. You can order it today. We'll send it out to you, and then you can watch this back at a time that suits you, and you can pause and rewind, which is just brilliant. Laurie says, good morning from Idaho. I'm glad these guys are back in. I finally was able to order them. That's great news. Let us know if you've already bagged these today as well. Let us know what you're going to be making first of all. Who you're going to be making a card for? Who's the first person you're going to be using these dies for? Lois, sorry to hear that you're not feeling well today. We send you our well wishes and hope you feel well again very soon. But you say, I'm just watching. I'll save this video and craft along later because I love these shows. I know that Val Lloyd in Southampton is crafting along with us. Hi Val, says hi Ben and Debbie, making the album base. Well Val, hopefully we're going at a lovely pace for you and you can let us know how you're getting on through the show. And don't forget, we'd love to see your pictures as well. And as we've done over previous craft-alongs, if we don't get to see your pictures at the end of this show, we will be able to show you pictures a little bit later on as well, which is brilliant. Gloria on Facebook saying, I can't do the craft-along as I'm writing everything down. I've already have the collection. Let Debbie know I'll be purchasing the bone folders. Oh, yes. She knows. There you go. Love the paper handlers, says Patty. I have 8 of them. Yep, we've got those available on the show as well. The record on the paper handlers I've heard so far is that I think it was Mary Pat yesterday who said she had 20 of them. Has anyone got more than 20 of the paper handlers? Let us know in the comments. And Rhonda Crowley, let me have a word with your cat who we met yesterday. Remember Shadow, the big cat yesterday, Debbie? Well, Shadow is apparently not letting Rhonda craft along. Shadow, get down. Let Mummy craft along. Hopefully, Rhonda, you can either craft along at a later date or try and catch up. And Alice just saying, I'm waiting on my paper handlers as I continue to get organised. Aisha says, love the concept of the card. We'll definitely have to have a try. And just again, Debbie, just to reiterate on what you did a few moments ago, a few questions coming in about the where the tape went, where you hooked what, and also The length of the card. Rhonda wants to know how long is the card supposed to be. So just recap again. That's the last little bit if we can.
And what I've done is I've just quickly done some pages in different colours so you can see this, because I've noticed a couple of comments. I don't want anyone to give up on this because it's really easy to do. And so I've just cut myself the same things. Just imagine this is all in white, but I'm just going to show you. The 2 inside flaps. Can you see these half inches that we've created?
Yes.
We're going to pop this one on the inside. So can you see here, if I just give that a nice fold, we're just going to pop that onto the inside of there. So when we fold that over, that actually attaches to the inside panel. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just going to show you so you can see the crossover there. So, and I'm going to use my tape pen for this one. If you're using red liner tape, in fact that's the wrong tape pen, Debbie. Oh, so dearie me, we've had a run out of the straight edge.
We don't got loads over there last summer.
We have got a little bit of a shortage going off. We don't want that, Ben. Don't worry though, because I'm ready. I've got this one ready. So I'm going to pop it on the inside of the flap. Can you see there? On the inside. Let's do that on there. Oh, should I say outside? Get it right. Oh no. This is a tape pen that hasn't got any much tape left, so I'll just pop it together quickly.
I think John's on the case. Don't worry.
Is he on the case? Bless him. Is he listening to us? On this bit where you connect, this is the bit on the glue. So lay it flat, this is where you put the glue on the inside, okay? So pop your glue onto the inside. So this part of the fold is going to go over to that, literally, and I'm going to explain this because I want you to get this right. Flat, tucked inwards this way so you can see it. And it's going to match up to that first score line. And I'll show you, and you'll see it visibly in a minute when we pop this together.
Yeah.
Let's just pop that on. Fold that over, so that goes on the inside, and that goes on the outside. And that creates that first fold, she says, while my glues, because I ain't got enough glue on there.
John's here, he's coming.
Here?
He's at the door now, I can see him.
I might have to ask him
like
to come
Superman.
in and fetch me glue for me. Come on, John, come here. Oh, John, we might just have to have you. Come here. Because we know how much you love seeing our little John. John, say hello.
Hiya.
Smells amazing. Smells divine. He does
Big
smell
on with you.
lovely.
Come on, get out of here. Don't milk it. You just bring it in a tape pen. What's he like?
So, and this is why I love craft alongs. It means that we can go back over those things that you struggle with. Don't give up. I want to show you how easy. So we'll do that little bit again so you can see it. I have placed the inside to the score line so that when it folds over, you can see attached to the back and attached to the front. So I've done it in colours for you so you can see that. And then the last one, this is the bit that we're going to turn over, lay flat again. So you've got this piece that goes up, so the flap goes inwards. That is the bit that's going to have the glue on. I'm going to use one of lovely John's pens that he's just fetched me. There.
Does it smell nice?
Oh, what a difference. Oh, it smells delicious. And I'm going to take this flat edge of that score line to that, to the fold line, and we're going to place that on so that that folds over. And that everything there is on the back panel. So the only one that isn't is this one that's on the inside. And there you go. And I hope those people said that they were giving up, Ben.
Yes.
I hope you've managed to understand that a little bit better. It is very tricky to see on white card.
Yeah, I think that was the problem.
Yeah.
But obviously you've got to use the white card.
It's nice to see it on a visual where you can see it. So let me know if that helped, because I do not want anybody giving up. I want you to craft along.
No, I think definitely from the comments that I can see coming in now, it's helped. The thing is that obviously we've got to do it on the white card because we're making the project out of the white card, but I think the demo there has just helped everyone to see exactly where you need to glue, where you need to place it. So hopefully now that has made it nice and easy for everybody. And I've just been told that the John Appreciation Club is now in full swing. You're crafting along with us. You're not getting distracted by the top totty here at Crafters TV. All right, dear, oh dear, oh dear. He has gone. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. There's a few swooning people, I think, out there in Craftland. Right. I think we are all caught up. We're all ready to go. But thank you for that's what we're here for. That's the point. That's what we're here for. If you get a bit stuck, if you get a bit behind, let us know and we can recap and give you a hand with everything. We are going to go back to our Deborah in Poulton-le-Fylde in just a bit, but let us crack on and see where we need to go next, Debbie.
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing these again in white, but these are literally the 2 pieces that are going to sit into the inside to create that cutout, because we're not actually going to cut through, we're going to cut out a panel to pop on once we've done a bit of paper piecing. So you've got that nice solid feature to this, all right? So I just need 2 pieces of white cardstock. And you know what, Ben? Honestly, this is the beauty of the craft-alongs. We want you to craft along with us, and we want you to understand every stage so that you can create these things at home as well. So if you ever at any time want me to do something, repeat something, you just let us know. Ben's ready to pick it up on all our social media superstars, whoever it is today, because I can't remember.
Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel. Just let us know and we'll repeat anything, because I promise you, real-time crafting, start to finish, we're going to get this project done. Right, so, and yet, I've never let us down yet either, Ben. Got that to me bow. Always done it. Always got it in that time constraint.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Fine. So we're going to cut 2 pieces now. So I'm going back to my white cardstock. Oops, Debbie's pushed a leg in. She needs it back out. Get that back up. Let's get that leg back out. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut these 2 pieces. Again, we're going to have 5.5 because obviously that's the base of the album. But what we need now is an 8 inches. So 8 inches by 5.5 inches. Okay, so that's going to be the first one. That is going to sit in really nice and neatly into there with our cutout number. Okay, so that's one of them. And then lastly, the second piece that we're doing, let me just bring in another piece. We're going to cut this to 6 inches by 5.5 inches. So 6 inches by 5.5 inches. And these 2 pieces now are the only 2 pieces that we need that are going to, because we're going to cut out as numbers. So when you look at this now, that's going to actually sit inside there. Okay. So the 2 measurements that we need again for those insides are 8 inches by 5.5 inches, 6 inches by 5.5. The reason being 5.5 on both is because that is the size of our album.
Yes.
These are just the lengths. And if you think about it, when you think about it logically, the main parts only had that extra ½ inch because that was the bit that we're folding over to stick it together.
Got you.
Okay, so I hope you got that one. No scoring involved with this, because what we're going to do next is cut in our numbers, and I'm going to have a play around with the papers to get those stages 2 done. Right, what do you want me to do? Carry on? Are we feeling all right?
We are moving on, I think.
We're moving on. So we are going to get hold of, Debbie's forgot where she's put her numbers. 2 seconds.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. I'm off. Right, we are going to get hold of our cut-in numbers. Now, this is your choice. I chose 63 because it's my mum's birthday.
Right.
Age. Oops. She'll shout at me.
It's all right.
Did I say 63? Guess what Debbie's done?
What you done?
The biggest boo-boo ever. She's going to love me.
Well,
she's 73.
Well,
she's
do you know
73?
what? Right, can I just say this right now? I didn't want to say anything because I sort of know roughly how old you are, Debbie. And when you were showing me this the other night, I was thinking to myself, well, Debbie is, her mum's 6. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to appear rude. But I feel a little bit better now, knowing that you've got her age wrong, because it didn't compute in my brain.
My mum,
she's going to love me, though.
My mum is going to love me. She's going to love me. But she's also going to laugh, because can I tell you, I get everybody's ages wrong at home. I get my kids wrong. I get, honestly. So, Mum. We're going to change this one. We're going to change this one because that might be the wrong age for you. Oh, God. I wonder if there's anybody else in family. I wonder if there's anyone else who's 63.
My goodness me,
and I'm nowhere near that yet.
This is the best. Debbie, in case you're wondering, I'm 32. Oh, I love you, Debbie, so much.
Oh, God,
That's
help
brilliant.
me. God, help me. Right, so I've taken the right numbers out. So can I just tell you? Now, when you positioning this, and I did say this is a personalised card for you. Think of somebody in mind. Is it a wedding anniversary? 63rd wedding anniversary. Is it is it a birthday special number, an unusual number? You can personalise this to your own craft along. You don't have to copy me. And I'm going to give you a word of advice. Don't copy me on that one. Right, so when you're thinking about where you're positioning your numbers to get them right, you want to make sure that the largest number, so because my mum's 73,
yep.
you want that one on the smaller frame and then that one on the larger frame.
You know what, if I wasn't so polite, we could have solved this problem.
You could have solved me this problem when you saw me. You saw me making this the other night.
I know I did.
And you never said a word,
No, because
Ben.
I didn't want to appear rude. I didn't kind of, I don't know, I didn't want to say. I was looking at it thinking, how does that exactly work? Maybe Debbie is younger than I thought she was, so I didn't want to say anything, so I just kept stum.
Oh dear Lord, I've got a bit hot.
Dear.
Right, so let's stick our numbers down. Low tack tape at the ready. And again, this is something that you can personalise. You can have it a little bit higher up if you wanted, a little bit lower down, because when you put them together, you can look at this and it's entirely up to you. You can have them off
kilter,
off centre, because that looks quite nice. So, but I am going to go with me centralised one, and I'm pushing it. I'm not going right to the very end. I'm probably leaving a couple of mils at either side of these, but these just fit absolutely perfectly. So I'm going to pop one bit of low tack tape down there, and then position my number 3. If you were wanting to get the absolute middle, what I would recommend is that you actually, because these are, can I just say that these are really big numbers, Ben? Yeah. Probably the biggest we've ever done. They are a really good size. You're talking just under 2 inches.
Yes.
So if you wanted to centralise it, mark your halfway mark and then place your die in the centre there. So you could get an even centre piece. Now, we're going to cut through these pieces.
At least you didn't go the other way. Can you imagine? For 83. That would have been
no,
worse.
she'd have killed me.
Yeah.
I would have been, That would have never been a friend then. So, putting them onto the die, I always cut down into my cardstock, so I'm placing it onto my cutting plate with the plastic shim, magnetic shim and the other cutting plate, and we're going to run that through our Gemini. Now these dies, depending on how you want to cut them, they will fit through the smaller machines as well, because if you think about the width, and the width of these is 3, so you're just going to manage it on the smaller machines as well. But we're going to cut that one out. And if you did see Sam this morning, she had a lovely tooth, didn't she?
She did.
Two
Got them over here. I'll show you them again in a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to just peel that off, because that one we can use for something else or for another project, which, again, I love that idea behind there. So that's my number 7 cut out. And what we're going to then do is place the number 3 on. And we're going to place that onto our plates, and we're going to run through that one as well, Ben. So that is the cutting part that we are doing for this particular craft along. Nice and easy. Let me just tell you though, these numbers, Ben, I've got all sorts of ideas with them, all sorts of ideas, from pop-out boxes to gift boxes to cards, anniversaries. There's just so many things you could do with them, and I love it for the idea. The fact is that you can personalise this to whatever age you want.
Well, there's a few people just saying, Gilmore just saying, I'm the same as Debbie. I usually ask my daughter how old we are because she keeps tabs on age. Sarah Brown is saying, oh, Debbie, I just love you. Four Holidays Designs on YouTube says, smart man, Ben. You never say you think a woman is older than you thought. That's why I kept stum. Why do you think I didn't say anything? Absolutely. And Gilmore just saying, Debbie, you can tell her you were commemorating that year 1963 in her life. So there you go.
Do you know the thing is, can I just say, there's 20 years between me and my mum. Exactly. 20 years between me and my mum. It's like my nephew, there's 20 years between us all. So it's like 3 generations there. 20, 20, 20. That's how it is. So I really should have done my maths last night. Actually, the night before. I can't even say last night.
No, that's what I mean.
I was up till silly o'clock.
2 days ago, I could have told you. 2 days ago.
Now, we're going before we actually put these into our album, we're going to do a little bit of paper piecing with the paper. Now, I used the watercolour. Where's my pad gone? Has that John been in thieving my pad? I've just seen him in. Oh, no, he's not. He's left it behind. Look at his face. No.
He's getting the blame for everything.
He gets the blame for everything. But you can, again, this is a colour pad that I do love. I love the floral tones in there. I love all the colours in there. But, again, this is down to you with your personalisation. Of course, these are all over on the website. If you want to head over to the website, if you love these papers, because these are just stunning. Anybody who hasn't got one of the watercolour paper pads, let me just tell you now, the colours. The colours are just delicious from all sorts. And it's got a little topper sheet at the back as well. When I say a topper sheet, lots of topper sheets. But you can use any papers that you have in your collection. But I also need some textured cardstock to work with this as well. So I've taken some textured cardstock because I am using the blue tones. And again, if you are using things like pinks or peaches or yellows or greens, you could mix it all up. I'm just using a paper from here, and I'm going to use this gorgeous blue one. I love this one, Ben. It's just gorgeous.
Oh, it matches my shirt a little bit, that.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I could get away with it with my shirt as well. Yeah, a little bit similar to mine. Yeah, absolutely. But I've chosen 2 different tones of blues for this, for our decoration. And I'm going to use, because it's a double-sided one, I am going to use some of this. Now, what we're not going to do is just create a solid background. We're going to do a little bit with strips. So strips of cardstock is what we're going to do next. So I want you to choose your patterned card. And then I want you to get ready for the next stage, Ben. So I'm going to have a little breather.
Yep.
Get yourself ready. Choose your cardstock. Choose your plain texture that matches. And then we'll get going with the next bit.
Let us know how you're getting on, by the way. Thank you for all the comments coming in about the age faux pas. But like we said, at least it wasn't the other way. At least it was 10 years off, which I think everybody would always be happy about. Tammy just saying, Debbie, my oldest sister is nearly 20 years older than I am. And Sarah saying, my mum will be 92 next month. But it wouldn't matter what age I put, because you wouldn't remember. She said, my sister and I are like old women. We replied, we are old women. Thank you for all these comments coming in. They are brilliant, and hopefully you're enjoying the craft along as much as we are. We have got some adhesives for you. If it's adhesives that you are after, then this is a good little bundle to go for, particularly for your matting and layering. And the price on this is phenomenal. £14.40 or $24.80. That's unbelievable. You're going to get your dotty tape pens, which again, as we all know, are perfect for doing those more intricate dies. You're also going to get those uber handy tape pens as well, the glue tape pens, again, so super sticky. You've got 22 meters on each of these rolls, and they're so handy, kind of like no craft room would ever be without these. So you're going to get all of those in there, and also we're going to give you 2 lots of your all-purpose glue included as well. So it's a great time to be stocking up kind of 2 of your go-tos really as far as your adhesives are concerned. So 2 of your all-purpose glues, your tape pens included in there as well. £14.40 or $24.80 is the deal on those. A great time to be stocking up on that collection. If you're a platinum member particularly, that is a great deal today. Now, I also just want to quickly show you the vellum collection that we've got on the show. Now, this was here on Monday. It was our Monday mega deal. But I thought, you know what, as you enjoyed it so much, and because Debbie was up to her old tricks a few days ago, getting some of her favourites back on the show, I thought, let's get this on, right? So if you missed out on this on Monday, this vellum collection as our Monday mega deal, I brought it back. The price is the same as we were doing the Monday mega deal for. Normally only lasts about 48 hours, but we've extended it into this show as well. $39.20 is your platinum price, or $48. This is no longer a Monday mega deal. It is a Moseby mega deal. Thank you, Adam, for that one. Thank you, Adam, for that one. I will take that. So you've got this gorgeous collection from the Rose Garden. 12 by 12, as I say, and 24 sheets within there. You've then also got on top of that this collection from the Woodland Friends. Hannah, who was with us on Monday, was saying how much she loved this collection. And this particular vellum pad comes with those toppers in there for you as well. So you've got complete toppers for the front of your cars. You've got little tags in there. You've got little foliage pieces as well, should you want to use those. And you'll get 4 sheets in the back of there, along with all of these glorious sheets of vellum as well, which we know is so useful for all sorts of projects. Great for your matting and layering as well, should you want to. But it's all about those glorious woodland creatures and some lovely kind of woodland scenes too. If you bought this collection previously and you're out of the vellum, it's a great chance to be able to stock up and buy it. But that is not all, because as well as those two, we're going to give you the Caring Thoughts vellum pad as well. 36 sheets in here. And again, what we love about this, perfect for kind of matting up the different layers and matching them up, because you've got those beautiful designs on there, butterflies and florals, for example, but then we're giving you coloured sheets of vellum as well to go with the designs, which is so super handy and allows you really, I think, to craft without having to worry about too much what works with what. It's all in there, and it's 146 sheets in total for $39.20 or $48. So that's your Caring Thoughts. That one there is your Woodland Friends, and then you've also got your Rose Garden as well. And as we discovered on Monday too, these, if you're looking at those and thinking, I like the idea of getting them, Ben, but I've got nowhere to store them. That's where you're wrong, see, because you've also got available your paper handler. This is flying out of the door, right? No word of a lie. I know a joke about lovely Christine. We had hundreds of these on Monday. Hundreds and hundreds. High hundreds, right? High hundreds. We are now less than 200, less than 150. We're under 100. We've got less than 80 of these. They have been absolutely flying out of the door. This one here, again, for illustration purposes, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paper pads in there showing you how handy they are and how much they can hold. They're super sturdy. They're totally Tiffany, so you know the quality. What if I can? Let's just see if I can. Yes, I can. You knew that I'd be able to. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 9 paper and vellum pads in there. Yes, I did, Georgina. Yes, I did, Georgina. I did it. I went there. I did it. There's 9 in there. There is 9 in there. That's super heavy, right? You're thinking, well, there's no way. I know you got those handles in there, but there is no way that is going to hold. Yes, it is. Super sturdy. So you can take these wherever you go, and then once you've brought them back, you can pop those handles back into the side and then store those perfectly. You can pop it off the shelf with a little hole that you've got on the front and the back, and you can label these up as well. There's 9 in there, for goodness sake. So if you are that person going, got nowhere to put my paper pads, get the paper handler. £5.59 or $7.19 if you're a platinum member, but these will go. We've got less than 80 of them remaining. Please do not miss out. Right, let me pop that back down there. Something else which has been proving super popular over the last few days are cardstock, and we've got a lovely collection of glitter cardstock for you as well. I love the glitter cardstock that we bring to you here at Crafters Companion. Why? Because it's top quality, but also if you're one of those people that loves glitter but you don't like the fact that when you're using glitter or die cutting your glitter card, the glitter goes everywhere, it won't with ours, because the glitter is encapsulated in the cardstock. So just showing you that from a distance there, you can see you've got all the sparkle and the sheen and the bling that you would want with your glitter, but it doesn't come off. It's encapsulated in the cardstock. It's so super clever, and of course you can die cut this. You can work this into your craft so easily without the mess. So you're going to get 40 sheets of this, including in there your lilac as well. I've just seen the price, by the way. I cannot believe that deal. For platinum members particularly, are you kidding me? £8 or $11.20, 40 sheets, 10 of each. What are you waiting for? That needs to go into your basket right now if you love your cardstock, because again, that is also flying off the shelves today. Now, we're going to check in with Deborah in just a few moments' time. Deborah's crafting along with us in Poulton Le Fylde near Blackpool in Lancashire. We'll see how she's getting on and have a little bit of a chat with her in a few moments' time. But before we do that, let's give you all a chance either to catch up with the craft along or to get checking out your baskets, because remember, if you haven't yet got this collection, you can get it today. So if you've got stuff in your carts, here's your chance to check out, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Lots of thanks coming in on the chat, which is lovely. Lots of you saying thank you for the kind of pause, giving everyone to catch up, even saying thanks for allowing us to catch up, Debbie. Mary Pat 1000 saying I love my paper handlers, and Rebecca Arnold on Facebook saying Ben, thank you for showing how many paper pads can fit in that paper handler. I've been on the fence, but that sold me. Well, that's good news. They are super brilliant and super sturdy as well, as I've said. And Valerie Puccini on YouTube just saying, what is the address to send a picture of cards using these dies? Send them in to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, Valerie. That would be lovely. We'll try and show some before the end of the show. If we don't, we usually roll it over into the next show, but that's the address there for your pictures. And we'll just give you a little bit longer to catch up as well, because I feel that we've not chatted to the lady who is crafting along with us in Lancashire, the lovely Deborah, who's been joining us over the course of the last 50 minutes or so. Let's go to Poulton Le Fylde and say hello to Deborah again. Deborah, how are you getting on? Is it all good with you currently?
Catch up.
Good stuff. We've got loads more to do, but that's the whole thing about the craft along, is that we go at a nice pace so everybody can get crafting with us. Have you ever made a card and put the wrong age on it?
Not yet.
Not yet. Just tell us a little bit about, whilst we take a break as well, about your crafting, Deborah. How long have you been crafting for? Is it something that you've always done, or have you come into it as you've got older?
I've come into it, kind of dabbled a little bit early 2018, and then after my second spinal operation, I got more into it and my craft stash started to grow, until I just took over the bedroom.
Oh, so that's where you are right now, is it? Because just seeing in the background there, you were telling me a bit before the show, you haven't got an actual craft room, but you're sort of building one, are you?
Yeah, we took the spare bed out, spare bedroom, because purple playroom was more important.
I love that, you see. A lady after my own heart. That is absolutely brilliant. And how often do you get to you get to craft? Do you craft quite a lot during the week?
Yeah, I try and do a little bit most days. But there again, because I had neck surgery, I don't do a great deal, and it takes me a longer time to do what other people probably do quite quick. I just take my time, and I don't sell, I just make for friends and family. Yeah,
well, that's great though, isn't it? If it's something that you enjoy, and I guess it sounds like you had quite a major thing, major operation. I guess having crafting there, I guess, was something to help you take your mind off it a little bit.
Something to focus on, isn't it? And then you can occupy your time and everything. And I just do things for just what I want to do, really, at my pace.
Yeah, but that's exactly what it's all about, and that is what we're here for. Craft at your own pace. We've got crafters of all different sort of levels as well. What are the friends and family like when you make cards and send to them? Are they always very grateful and amazed at how good your crafting is?
Yeah, they love them. So I usually, my daughter's cards, she loved them. My dad always keeps his, and he's just, how did you do that?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's quite amazed, and I think he's surprised really what I've managed to achieve.
It's great, isn't it, having all that crafty know-how? We always say that, we all know how to sort of put these cards together. It's great for us to have the know-how, and then when we give them to people who aren't sort of in our crafty family, they're always amazed at how great these cards look. Have you got any other crafty family members, or is it just you really who's into craft?
Just mostly me really. My daughter used to do a lot of artwork and drawing and stuff.
Yeah.
So she is more practically minded like me, but I think it's just us really, but mostly me. I've got the biggest collection and I do the most of it, and the crafted, like making things and cards and stuff, I do most of it.
Well, that's good. We're going to actually have a look at some of your projects in just a little while, because I know you've got a few bits and pieces to show us. So she'll look forward to that in just a bit. But Deborah, we'll let you get ready to get started again on the craft along with everybody else as well, because I think our Debbie is over there and she's ready for the next section of the craft along. So if you guys are ready, if Deborah's ready, Debbie's ready, let's get on to the next part of making this fabulous card from the cut-in number dies. Where do we need to go with this next then, Debbie?
Well, I'm just checking, has everybody picked their papers? That's what I need to know.
Well,
have you all got
hopefully.
your papers already? I hope so. Debbie just realised I ain't got my second piece out, so let me just grab my second piece.
Well, I gave you enough time.
I've had loads of time. But what we're going to do, and I thought I'd just change this up. Before we start doing this paper piecing behind the back of the numbers, we're going to do all the panels. So we're going to cut all the panels out so that we can pop these on. We've done this bit. We're not going to stick those in until we've done the paper piecing at the back, so just move those to one side. Bringing back in your large guillotine though, is bring back your large guillotine, especially if you're using papers of a 12 by 12. Your large guillotine is an absolute essential when it comes to this. But what we're going to create is, and I've got my little list with all my numbers on there, excuse me. So what we're going to do is we need to cut a front panel that we're going to die cut into, and we need the back for it as well. We're going to cut this panel that goes inside, and we're going to cut the back page as well, because this is a place where I'm going to add more photos to.
Yeah.
And then we're going to cut this panel, and we're also going to put the last bit on as well. I just think it tidies it all up, and it looks really nice when you've got all your little stages in there. Keeps it nice and thing. Now, John's hovering in the background. Black coffee, please, black coffee. I could see him, and I'm like, he's going like this. I'm thinking, what? Time out, time out. I've only just started.
There's me trying to be, really sort of under the radar, almost doing sign language at John and Debbie. I'll have a black coffee. I love you so much, Debbie.
Well, you know me, I'm never going to change. But
No, I know you're not, and don't ever change. Don't ever change.
Right, so what we're going to do is, and bearing in mind, if you remember that your album size is 5.5, I take off 1/4 inch off any of that to give it a nice little neat thing. So when I'm giving you all these measurements, just remember the 5.25 bit. The
Right.
5.25 bit. But first things first, we are going to cut our 2 front panels. So for that one, we're going to cut this to 3 3/4 by the 5.25. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do it on the dark side because it is a pattern paper. It doesn't really matter too much. I'm going to go to the 3 3/4 inch mark, and I'm going to trim that down. And then I'm going to cut that then to my 2 pieces there, because I've got to get 2 out of this one, where I'm cutting 5.25. And if you're wondering what 5.25, it's your 5, and it's the next increment on when it comes to your guillotine.
Guillotine, yeah.
So that's one of the panels, and then I've got to do that the second time. So because I've already got my size in, I'm just going to chop that down. I don't have to worry about doing the other size because I've already got those 2 pieces out of one.
Okay.
And where they're going to fit, in line of where it is on the front and on the inside. But of course, that's when we can turn the panel around and get that lovely print.
I see.
And it's a nice little contrast.
Yeah.
So you'll have 2 pieces for that front part of your album. So that's 2 pieces covered. Push that to one side, and I'll just repeat those measurements again. It is 5 1/4. So go that way. 5 1/4.
Yep.
By 3. No, yeah, 3 3/4. Whoo, Debbie. Times 2. So that's the 2 measurements for the front and the back panel on the inside. So we'll move on to the next part, and this is the second panel. So if I just bring in my card again so I can show you, for the second part, this is this inside panel and the larger one at the back. So these 2 are going to be slightly different because what I want to do is create a space there where I've got my number on show. So
the coffee's arrived.
Thank you. It's so good. Oh, look, he's coming in there. Thank you very much, John. I can smell you. Never mind about see you. A nice smell, John. A nice smell. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'll move that now out of the way. Is it really good coffee? Oh, I say, it's treating me today. Really good coffee. He knows me well, he does, but I'm just going to move it out of the way because Debbie's really clumsy. Not to be trusted with the drinks anywhere. Right, so second panels. We're going to cut.
What's he like?
I know, what is he like? I'm going to turn this because I want to get a little bit more out of my cardstock for this, but we're going to go to 5 3/4 inches. So 5 3/4 inches by 5 1/4. There we go. So that's 5 1/4. That is going to be the back piece there, so you can see that one quite clearly. And then the one for the front is going to be at 5 1/4 again. So we've got our 5 1/4. Let's go that side, get a little bit more out, and I can save some of those pieces for something else coming up in a minute. So 5 1/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches.
Yes.
So I'll just repeat those 2 sizes, which is going to go on the front part of your second album cover and the back piece to it. So this one is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. This one is 5 3/4 by 5 1/4. So I hope you've got those measurements, but I will recap all these stages again right at the very end.
Okay.
And then I'm going to grab my other piece because I'm not going to get much out of my next one because my last panel is going to be this one here and the very back panel, which is quite a nice big piece. So for this one, and I'll turn it this way again, Ben, so you can see it a little bit more clearly. We're going to go to, and this is when you need to make sure you've got your leg extended and pushed out. Pushed out so that you get that accurate cut. Up to the very top again. We're going to 7 3/4 by 5 1/4. There we go. So that's the very large panel that's going to go on the back of your album.
Yes.
And then lastly, the smaller one is a 5 1/4, and we've actually just done one of these sizes, but if you do 5 1/4 by 5 3/4. But I wanted to do them in separate bits for you so that you could see all of these stages. Keep these pieces because we're going to do something with those in a moment. But this last panel is 7 3/4 inches by 5 1/4, and this one is 5 3/4 by 5 1/4. And that is the back panel, back page and inside panel. So, do you want to recap on those measurements again?
Please.
Right, so we'll do it in the order that we do this. So if you look at me there, I've got me level 1, level 2, level 3. These 2 pieces, very straightforward. They are 2 pieces that measure 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, so that's your first one. Second one is the 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, and 5 3/4 by 5 1/4. That's second one.
Yeah.
And then the last one for the back page and the inside panel is, and I'll turn it that way so you can see it a little bit better. We have got 5 3/4 again by 5 1/4, and this back panel 7 3/4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to give a couple of minutes, Ben,
yes,
just for people to get those pieces cut out before we move on to these spare bits to create the background drop for our cutting number, okay? So a couple of minutes, get yourself all chopped up, chipped up, get all your pieces, and if you want a repeat, just give me a shout and let me know.
And just one quick question before we do move on. Lane, I don't know if she's watching, slightly behind us, asked though, what was the GSM of the cardstock that you used, so the initial for the card?
So the initial card is our white stamping card, which is a 300 GSM. Nice, strong and sturdy, and we are going to double it up in a couple of the pages because we're adding these extra pieces. But for the sturdy, if you want something sturdy, anything from like a 280 upwards, it gives you a really good, in fact 250 upwards I'm going to say, 250 upwards. I'll give you a nice sturdy base.
Thank you for the comments coming in. Sharon just said, I started card making back in 2018 following several knee surgeries and it really helped me work through the pain. Who knew how therapeutic it would be? Thank you, CC. Yeah, I think something like this, isn't it? If you can set your mind to doing something, sometimes if you're getting enjoyment for doing something else, it can be therapeutic and can take your mind off other things. Barbara on YouTube saying, go for the recap because my kitten has just taken off with my first set of cuts. What is it with cats today? That's the kitten, and then we've got Shadow, the big cat, who was making sure that Rhonda couldn't craft along. Get the cats out the craft room. This is a craft along, not a cat along. And Gilmore on YouTube just saying, John, coffee with cream and sugar, please. I think it might be a little bit cold by the time he's delivered to you, Gilmore, but nice try, nice try. Listen, whilst you are just catching up, let me just show you some other deals that we've got on the show. We were touching on embossing yesterday because we had that embossing starter kit on one of our shows yesterday. But if you do love your embossing, I think this kit is phenomenal because you have got some really gorgeous embossing folders which are going to allow you to create some gorgeous cards. Within this collection, details come up on your screen in just a few moments for you. We have got the 3D embossing folder, and this is gorgeous, that lavish leopard print. And again, that's that 3D folder. So we describe these like almost like your 2D, 3D folders. These ones have got, I always describe them as, they've almost got like more peaks and troughs, more sort of valleys and mountains in them, which really does help the actual design itself to jump off the page, which is just phenomenal. And if you are someone perhaps who struggles a little bit more with your mail cards, for example, this would be absolutely perfect. But again, it doesn't have to be. I love the card here, using that lavish leopard print, just changing up the colours and giving it perhaps a bit more of a feminine look. So that comes in there, in this collection, for under £18 if you're Platinum, $24 if you're a Platinum member as well. We've then got in here the vintage scroll. Again, this is a 3D embossing folder, but look at that. I mean, you can see from a distance there through our cameras how that just jumps off the page. You know, using it on your gorgeous cardstock with a bit of gilding wax over the top as well, just really gives these a fantastic look. And again, there showing you on this card really does give you a perfect base for a card, or indeed, you know, the perfect finished look for a card as well, because that's just how good these folders are. You've then also got the ivy, is gorgeous climbing ivy. Again, a bit more of a frame with that one, but you can see this is a perfect example of it because you've got the detail in the back there of that sort of trellis, and then the ivy really coming to the fore. So I think that is a great example of how these 3D embossing folders can work for you. And then last but by no means least, look at that. That is that gorgeous grande butterfly, and again, a really good example there as to how 3D these can be for you. I think that is an unbelievable buy for £17.60 or $24, usually what, $27.96 or $39, making a big saving if you're Platinum. And of course, if you're a first-time shopper with us as well, if that's your first purchase, you can take that 20% off as well, because you'll get that off your first purchase. That's a great deal. Also a great deal, the element dies. Now, I always think these are particularly good if you are someone perhaps who's got one of those smaller die cutting machines. Maybe you've got a mini and you're looking for dies to go through that. This is a lovely little collection, £40 today for Platinum members or $60. You've got 35 elements in total, including this lovely collection here, which brings you all of these little critters, cute critters from the garden. You've got your ladybug, you've got your butterfly, and also that dragonfly in there as well. Even more as far as your dragonflies are concerned. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous, just a fluttering buy. We've got your bigger butterfly in there too. You know, we chatted earlier on with Sam, didn't we, about how useful your butterflies are in craft, and you've got them in abundance in this collection. Birthday cake, check, that is in there as well. There's 7 dies in total in that for you to be able to build these up. Then once again, if you fancy a bit of afternoon tea, you've got your tea party dies included in there. We've got your builder flowers in there as well. I mean, there's so many dies you're going to get in this collection. This is rather happy too. Well, that's happy. That's not so happy, is it? That cloud looks a bit threatening, that one. But you've got your Over the Rainbow collection. Again, so much versatility with these. And then you've also got your party time as well, with all of those fab dies in. As I say, a really, really great little bundle, particularly as well if you have got your smaller mini, for example, because those would be perfect for that. £40 or $60 if you want to jump in and grab those. And before we move on, probably one of the best deals that I've seen on our Swash stamps. I've just seen the platinum price on that.
Wow.
$7.98? $11.12. That was I'm very surprised at that price, voice. 52 elements in total, and these are great, right? So these are your Swash stamps. I love these just for the fact that you've got loads of different sentiments for all sorts of occasions. They're great to kind of almost give you that sentiment across, whether it's across the bottom of the card, across the top of the card, but also I love these for the fact that you can create your own little frames with these as well, because you can kind of layer these up, you know, you can go top, you can go up the side, you can go along the bottom with them and create some gorgeous frames. And then you've got even more in there as far as this little collection is concerned. Your birthday Swash sentiments, you've got balloons, you've got candles, and you've got sentiments like happy birthday, make a wish, hip hop hooray, and even more. They're so super versatile, and for today, to get them at that price, I think these are an absolute must. You've then got your Just to Say collection. Again, loads of lovely sentiments in there. Things like Just to Say, hello, just a note. And again, you've got lots of other little stamps in there as well, as far as little flowers, little doodle hearts in there as well. You've then got your With Love. Once again, lots of different sentiments, super versatile, these Swash stamps, and a whole host of other little stamps to build up and add sort of embellishments to all of your projects. And then you've got Simply Said, particularly good for things like good luck, happy new home, bon voyage, and you've got well done, new baby, and more. And I love this set as well, particularly for the fact that you've got, look, a little key to the door. You've got a little horseshoe there for a good luck card. You've got a little star there, maybe for a congratulatory card. So many different designs in that collection. 52 elements, £7.98 if you're platinum, or $11.12. I think even the price for everybody is amazing. But to get another 20% off that is phenomenal. So jump in and grab them whilst you can. Right. What we want to do very quickly, and that's what we're here for with this craft along, is just to quickly go through a few measurements for you. Don't forget as well, by the way, details will just flash up on the screen here now of the cut-in numbers. These are back in stock. I'll just quickly show you these just before we go back to Debbie, because if you haven't yet got them, get them today. They're £23.99 platinum, $31.96. You get all of these numbers included, so they're going to create that gorgeous cut-in effect for you. Great if you want to put a piece of papers behind these. Great for doing your little shaker cards as well, should you want to. But a great example of how these work are the cards which Sam made for us earlier on, using the die to create this card, and then if you like, the waste from those dies to create the second card. So you know what, if you're looking for quick card making, if you're looking for cards which are going to give you little waste, absolutely perfect is this, and two really different looking cards. But the whole point is these are giving you versatility. These are giving you personalization right across your crafting. You're going to get all the numbers. You're then also going to get all of your sentiments as well. So you've got things for birthdays and anniversaries, celebrations, congratulations, and you've got all of those ordinals in there too. Phenomenal buy, $23.99 or $31.96. Get it in your basket. You will not be disappointed. Right, we are just going to quickly go back to Debbie, and we are going to. Oh, there she is. Look, we are going to get some. We're going to get some numbers off you, because we need some measurements.
Yes, I've seen a couple of comments who just asked for the measurements of the panels again, so I'll just recap that, but then we'll move into the next bit. So you need 2 pieces of cardstock, and I've turned them over so that you can see them, but they measure the same, these two, for the front panel of the inside and the outside of your first album cover. So these are 5¼ inches by 3 3/4 inches, and you need 2 of them. The second layer is these 2 here, and I've turned them this way so that you can see them again visibly, but you need 1 piece that cuts at 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/4, and the second panel is 5 3/4 inches by 5 1/4. So that's the second one. And then lastly, the third one, which is the inside of the back piece of your album and the very last piece of your album. This is 5 3/4 inches again by 5 1/4. So that's 5 3/4 by 5 1/4.
Yeah.
7 3/4 inches by 5 1/4. That's all your panels. That's all your cutting. What we're going to focus on now though is, do you remember all the waste that we had earlier from all these little pieces that we've got down here?
Oh yeah.
We're going to do a little bit of a layering technique, almost a bit like iris folding, but not quite iris folding, because we're just going to layer those pieces on top of each other. So for this one, you just need to cut yourself lots of strips. And when I say lots of strips, I literally have just taken these pieces to be 4 inches by 1/2 inch. That's all I've done, Ben, and I've cut loads.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do to create this effect is literally use the potential of those double-sided papers. And what we're going to do is layer all of those up on top of each other at the back of this. So literally use the scraps of paper. You can cut it. I've roughly done 4 inches, but to be fair, Ben, when you look at it, you don't. I mean, you could get away with a couple of inches, but I am going to put them on the diagonal for this. And to pop this on, I'm going to turn it over. And what I'm just going to do is pop these in, and I'm just going to start with one end. So we'll put the flower down at the bottom, but can you see this is when you could use scraps. I've just chosen 4 inches as a rough guide, but you can use these as just scrap pieces. So you could have smaller pieces for these little areas here and then go long. However, about 4 inches, and we're just going to pop a bit of glue around the outside. So I'm literally just taking my glue tape pen that our gorgeous John just brought in. So pop your glue just around the outside, taking care not to go on the inside. So if you're using wet glue, don't go on the inside of the number. But literally all we're going to do is start to place them over at a diagonal. Okay. Now iris folding is something that is quite an old technique where you could do it on the tilt. It's a tilted way, isn't it?
On the tilt, yeah.
But I'm just going to do these edge by edge. But what I'm not doing is putting them all down, because that would be a waste of time. I'm giving it a little effect, and I'll just show you when I talk about the scraps. This is what you can do. I'm just making sure that goes over. And when I turn it over, you can see that you've got your 2 pieces there.
Yeah.
So it's just something a little bit different.
Yeah.
What you could be doing is chopping those and then sticking them on if you want to. But what I'm just going to do for this bit is literally just place them up. And if you notice, I'm just alternating.
Yeah.
I'm making sure there's no space in between, so there's no gaps. So just a tiny little fold over. This could be 1/2 inch strips, 1/4 inch strips, depending on the effect that you want to go.
Yeah.
But all I'm just doing is making sure I'm alternating between the 2. Now for that one, in fact, tell you what, let's pull that back off for a second. Thank goodness I've not stuck it down. I'm going to take that over so I'm not having to waste any of the cardstock.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to carry that on all the way across. And this is just something a little bit different, Ben. And just a nice little effect too. It looks really effective.
I think something simple like this I mean, certainly someone like me, I wouldn't necessarily think of straight away. I think you might just think, well, I've got to use, one sheet of paper, or do you know what I mean? You wouldn't necessarily think about layering up all of these different, these pieces in this sort of way to create that effect. But it's super.
It's really nice and effective, and it's just, like I said, it's just something a little bit different. However, I've just seen a gap, Ben, so I've just realised I've burnished that glue down, didn't I? Good job I didn't get any friction burn. There we go. Now what we're going to do is take it this side. And we're going to take a scissors. You could use a guillotine for this, depending on how confident you feel.
Yeah.
But we're just going to slice those off.
That's quality. I love that.
And that is now your little piece that's going to sit inside. It's just, like I said, something a little bit different.
I love it.
If you wanted to use a solid colour behind the back, there is nothing to stop you from using a solid colour.
I like your way best.
Oh, thank you, Ben. And I'm just going to repeat that.
Yeah.
So turning me 3 over. Let's go this way. We're going to take some glue, and go all the way around. Now, literally, do you know your tacky glue for this in your little decanted bottle?
Yeah.
I haven't got a Gloria. I need to get one.
Oh.
But I'm just making sure that I'm covering all of that area all the way around the 3.
Yep.
Because I can use some of these pieces as well. You're going to be able to use some of these. But I'm going to start with the larger one. And again, I'm just going to make, rather than having to like do it in separate, separate pieces, I'm just going to cut that across. And we're going to do it again where we're going to alternate these. So between the 2, and this is when, like, can you see this little bit only needs a little piece? So this is when you can start to use your scraps up a little bit.
Yeah.
And have a little play with it.
I tell you what, Debbie, the comments coming in are loving this little technique here. There's lots of people going, not really seen this before. Love the idea of this. Patty's saying, what a great idea, the strips of paper behind the numbers. Rose M saying, how fun is that idea? Great way, as you've just said too, of using up little bits of, scraps as well, isn't it? If you've got your little, what does Jan call it? A little gubbins box.
A gubbins, mine's called the bit box.
Bit box.
Mine's a bit box, because I do mine with a bit box. And I won't throw anything away.
No.
I'm terrible. But now you can
great.
see they've got that lovely effect. And literally, I'm just snipping off those ends. And that is, I mean, you can get rid of all those pieces now because we're not going to be doing that again. But it just creates something a little bit different and a little bit offset.
That's fab.
And if you have got little bits of glue behind the back, you're not going to worry because guess where these are going to go, Ben?
Where are they going to go?
They're going to go in his album.
Way!
So they're going to go in, and that's what you're going to do now. And I'll just do that, and then we'll let everybody have a little play of a catch-up. But I'm just going to use some all-purpose glue for this.
Yep.
And all I'm doing is popping a little bit of my wet wiggle glue, Ben. It's the wet wiggle glue because it enables me to get these into position.
Yes.
And I'm going to literally just place that right to the very fold and hang that up, like literally just hold it in. And that also gives us a really nice, strong album. And if you don't get it straight, it also gives you the wiggle time to get it in place. Now I can still see that I've got gubbins left over.
Oh yeah.
Of the low tack tape, which I can rub off with my finger, so I've not got anything mucky there. We're a bit sticky. When we bring in that second panel, so the second number, I've managed to get the number the right way around this time, Ben.
Yes.
And the right number.
That's right numbers, right ages. I mean, you are smashing it now, Debbie.
Look at me, I'm on fire.
You are on fire.
But yeah, I'm just going to pop some glue onto the back, and that is now going to go into that second page. And I'm just going to bring it to the very end. There we go. And that now, give that a nice seal down with your glue as well.
Looking great.
And that's now, and I'll just make sure I've got everything, because I've used me wet wiggle glue, I can get it all into place and get those sealed down. And there you go, Ben. That bit is now completed where we've done the inside 2 of the panels. And then we can start, and anybody who's ahead of us could start sticking your panels on apart from the front one.
Right.
I want you to leave that one not glued down. If you want to be getting ahead of the game, if you've done all of this, you can actually be sticking your panels in.
Yes.
Of each one. And again, an alternate version. Oh, Debbie, you've got wrong size there, girl. What you like? We're going to pop them into our album. You can be doing that if you want to do that. But please don't stick anything on the front because we've got something to do with that. We'll let you have a quick catch up because I can't believe how quick time is running away with us. But just so you can see how you can get those 2 panels in there.
Excellent stuff. Time is running out. This is brilliant though. Loads of you loving the tip that Debbie's just showed us there with the scraps, if you like. Should I just say, Lord Ben, that cardstock matches your shirt, man. I know, man. Doesn't it? Absolutely. I love it. I love it. And I love the fact as well, the way that Debbie's like pieced those together, it's almost like she's created her own like patterned paper, which just looks brilliant. Love the idea of the strips behind the numbers, says Patty. Looks like a patchwork quilt. Beautiful, says Joanne Michelli on Facebook. Does. Absolutely superb. Mary Pat 1000 saying, Debbie, this is an awesome craft along. I'm so grateful that you validated my saving of scraps. Yes, it's all about validating your scraps, isn't it? Your bit box, your gubbins box. That's what this is all about. Listen, if you have just joined us and you're going, I missed the craft along. Well, we are a long way through it, but there's good news, there's good news, because you can watch this show back. It will be there on our YouTube page for you. So best thing to do, go to YouTube, search for Crafters TV, subscribe, you'll then get notifications of when we'll go live on shows, but you'll then have a whole back catalogue of all the shows that we've done. You'll be able to see this one, you'll be able to bookmark it, you'll be able to make your own playlist. You'll then go, well, hang on a minute, I can't do the craft along because I haven't got the numbers. Well, we've got them back in stock at an amazing price. So you can grab these today. We'll send these out to you. You'll then be able to go on YouTube. You'll have bookmarked the show and you can craft along at your own leisure at a time convenient to you. We think of it all, you see. And as we've talked about already today, these are fantastic. These cut-in numbers are superb because not only are they going to give you that cut-in to allow you to do things like Debbie's doing over there, creating your own backgrounds, using your own pattern paper, but things like your shaker cards, for example, put a bit of glitter card behind these, but then you'll have the waste, if you like, of these numbers that you can then use for other projects as well. It's all about personalization. It's all about allowing you now with these to be able to make birthday cards, anniversary cards for whatever year, for whatever age. And not only that, it pretty much works out that this set is coming to you for free, but you're getting the happy birthday, anniversary, celebrate and congratulations sentiments along with those ordinals within this bundle as well. So it's a super buy, sold out on launch, now back in stock. Get it whilst you can. Platinum members are just £23.99 or $31.96. And if you're needing more in the way of inspiration, may I throw you to Amanda Pigeon, who has sent in a picture. And this is brilliant, isn't it? This is gorgeous.
Beautiful. I love that, Amanda. That's lovely. I really like that. Gorgeous use of those numbers and those sentiments.
Is that, what's that in the background? Macaroons.
Yeah, it looks like some macaron papers. It could be stamps that she coloured in. That's a
fabby.
really nice one as well.
And another one. You've been going to town with these, Amanda. Wow. Ooh. Chocolate card.
I was just looking chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolate. Somebody who's 8 likes chocolate.
Absolutely.
Any 8-year-old loves chocolate.
I was to say any 8-year-old loves chocolate.
Any age loves chocolate.
Yeah, 8 to 88. So again, great range there, Amanda. Shows that you've been loving using those. And actually, look at Dawn's card here again. Oh, I love that with the gold.
Oh,
that's
very
nice,
classy.
Isn't it? Very classy.
Very classy.
But actually showing you again that you guys love this collection. You guys have been using these, for cards from 8-year-olds to 50-year-olds and beyond. This is the whole point. Super versatile, great for birthdays, great for anniversaries. I mean, you will just not regret getting these. If you have not got number dies in your collection yet, you need to be getting them. Now, right,
no.
Right, hang a second here, hang a minute. The paper handlers, I'll just recap on these, right? The 12 by 12 paper handler was brought to our attention on Monday. We had hundreds of these. Loads of you were buying them on Monday. And then we had maybe a couple of hundred. Loads of you were buying them yesterday. And then we went under 100. I told you literally about 45 minutes ago that we had under 100 of these remaining. Then I told you we had 80 of these remaining. I can tell you now, we've got less than 50 of these remaining. No, I'm lying. We've got less than 40 of these remaining. No, I'm lying. We've got less than 30 of these remaining. These have been the star of the week so far. Literally, not the most exciting thing in the world. When you think of some of the goodies that we brought you, when we think, no, seriously, when we think of some of the deals that we brought you here, on the great collections that we've got, the dies and the stamps and the paper pads, this isn't all that exciting, is it? But it's super handy because, of course, all the exciting stuff that you buy, like all of these gorgeous paper pads, you need somewhere to store them. And that's why they've been going. Loads of you, I think, are maybe sorting out your craft rooms now and going, I've got hundreds of paper pads. What am I doing with them all? Get a paper handler. Obviously, the paper pads that we've got in here are just for kind of just to sort of show you for illustration purposes really, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in there already, and as I showed you earlier on, I got another 3 in there as well. So I suppose depending on the actual size of them, I managed to get 9 in. 9, there were 6 paper pads, I think, 3 vellum pads, but the whole point is you'll store a load in there. They're brilliant for popping on your shelf. You can pull them off the shelf nice and easily because you've got the little circle there just to pop your finger in, pull it off the shelf. You can label these up, and not only do they store brilliantly, but then you've got the handles on the side, so they transport brilliantly as well. So whether you're taking these to a friend's house, whether you're, I don't know, taking them down the bottom of the garden to do some alfresco crafting, to your crops, to your fairs, wherever it might be, these are super handy. Do yourself a favour, you've spent good money on those paper pads. There's no point in piling them up until they're toppling over and then potentially getting trodden on whilst you're in your craft room. Get them in your paper handlers for £5.59 platinum or $7.19 if you're shopping with us as a platinum member. But get them now because we've got less than 30 chances for you left to buy. I did not think we would be saying this on Monday when I knew we had hundreds of these. I didn't think we'd get to Wednesday and go, we've got less than 30 chances. So get them now whilst they're still available. Those will sell out. Now, of course, with this being a craft along, we do encourage you to let us know how you're getting on. Send in your pictures at the end of the show as well. And of course, Deborah is crafting along with us in Polton Le Filed. We're going to go back to Deborah in just a few moments' time. This is the address to send into your pictures if you're crafting and you want to show us what you've made. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. But Deborah's busy crafting, so we'll let her just craft along with us just for a bit longer before we go back to her. And let's get on back to our Debbie, who I think we're into the home straight of this now, aren't we, Debbie?
Yeah, we've just got put those panels in. We'll do a little bit more die cutting, and then we're going to use the party elements with it being a birthday card. So I've just stuck my first panel in. I did tell you don't stick that on just yet, but I've stuck my first panel in, and I'm alternating my panels. Now I know that that's my third set. This is my second set, and this is what I talk about alternating, and it just makes it stand out a little bit more when you're doing this. So I know I'm confident that I've got my panels right because we've used those sizes that I've given you, and we're literally just going to fold that in. I am using wet glue because when I fold it over, I just want to make sure it's inside and it doesn't come over the top. So that gives me that wiggle time, which I love with the all-purpose glue. So give that a nice little burnish down, turn it over, and I know that that is going to fit on my back piece. Now, if you are alternating, and you can just do it like this so that you've got an alternating on either side, and then I'm going to have my floral on that one, Ben. So again, I'm just using my glue, pop that in, and then I'm going to pop that into place. What it also does as well, as a little nifty way of covering up, do you know your little panels, what we stuck as library album together, and then lastly I'm going to pop on this piece, and then this is our last panel. So those third sets that we did, the larger sizes of the pieces that we've cut out, I am popping that into place again. Before I actually varnish, I'm just making sure that's nicely placed where it's not on show visibly when the album's closed. Yep. And then I'm going to cover the back panel as well. And if you wanted to write your card or whatever it is, you know, your sentiment, you could add a bit of white card to this as a panel to put your sentiment on. You could be using verses, whatever it is that you want to put, but I'm going to leave that blank for now, Ben, because I haven't planned what I'm going to write to her just yet, or what I'm going to just say to her on my card. But what I know is I've got all of my album now all decorated inside, and you see how when you match colours up, they just look really nice. You've got that lovely tone of the matching colours there. And blue is not something I usually use a lot of, especially in female cards, but I think that looks really nice. So get your panels stuck in, but we need to crack on a little bit, Ben. So we're going to use that front panel, and this is when we're going to bring in our sentiments of the collection. Okie dokie. So this is the sentiment parts, which again cut in, and you've got loads. You've got your ordinals. So we're going to cut an ordinal out because for 73 it's the rd. Yep. So we're going to cut that one out as well to add that on. But I am going to use the happy birthday bits because you've got happy birthday, anniversary, congratulations, celebrate, and then all the ordinals. Okay. So for my happy birthday, I am going to bring out the happy, the birthday. I'm also going to find my rd. I can never say it right. So, but first things first, we're going to centralise this. Now, you don't have to centralise it. You could have this on little skew width. So when you pop this on, and I'm just like I said, this is my card for my mum, so it's a happy birthday. But if you're doing something that's, you know, literally you want to personalise yourself, it could be an anniversary card, or those kind of things, you know, it could be absolutely anything. You just make this work for your project.
Just to say as well, Ruth has asked how tall are the numbers. The largest die size of the numbers is 3 inches by 1.9 inch. Okay, so that's the largest size. In case you're wondering on that. And just also to say, the paper handlers, I can safely tell you now that we've got maximum 24 of these remaining, because Betsy just says, Ben, you now only have 25 paper handlers, as I just bought 5 of them.
Woo!
So they are going to go. They are going to go.
They are, yeah.
Thank you for the update, Betsy.
Yeah, because I'm not going to get my purchase in. I'm going to have to do it in between shows. Thin metal die combination from your plate. So I've got my plastic shim, magnetic shim, and the other cutting plate. I always cut down into mine. But again, that's a personal preference. What you'll see other demonstrators do differently. But it's entirely up to you. And all of these dies, again, will all fit through the smaller of your machines because they're a nice size. It depends on the kind of project you're working with, to dependent on the size of the machine. But they will all fit through the Gemini Go, the Gemini Mini, and upwards. So I'm just taking my low tack tape off, and Debbie, do it the right way. Pull it towards you. Oh, tell you. I tell these things all the time, don't I? And then I don't practice them. Absolutely useless. And what I'm getting again as well is a little bit of a twofer. Because I'm actually just going to literally, I want this to pop. So I'm going to pull that off for a second, but I've got literally now the die cut elements that I could use separately. So don't forget I've got that other 73 that I could be using, and I could be using it with this one. But I'm not using those two pieces. I want the cutout element, because when you pop that onto the front of the white, it literally pops off.
It does.
And there's even my little tittle. I got that right?
Yeah, your little tittle.
Tittle, my little tittle.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And then I'm just going to pop that on. I am, however, going to use dotty tape pen for the back of it. It's a beautiful font, and I don't want to spoil that by popping glue and stuff like that. So for me, dotty tape pen when it comes to this is always the best one.
Yes.
And then I'm going to just switch that over to a little bit of wet glue around the outside. So a little bit of mix, and there's nothing to stop you from using a mix of glues, you know. We always, you know, it is a preference. But what we're going to do now is, I'm going to bring, oh, Debbie, you're not going to put that on there, you've got glue. Rub it off, rub it off, rub it off. That's the best thing about it, actually, you can rub it off.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to do now is place that, position it onto my front panel, and before I look, I always have a look at it by eye, just to see if that's nice and straight. And then I'm going to just pop those down, and that bit there, give it a nice little gentle tap using your where the dotty tape pen is, and then I'm just going to get off the gubbins of glue. There we go, and there you are. That's the front part. So you've got all of this done. Oh, where did my herd go?
Herd?
What have I left it? Have I left it on plate?
Where's the herd? I forgot.
Wait a minute, I've lost my herd.
Herd.
What did I do with it?
I don't know.
Oh no, where's my order all gone?
Oh
no.
It's not blown away, is it, with the fan going off at the side?
Well, do you know what?
It's not stuck to you, is it, anyway?
Oh, do you know me? Knowing me, it will be. It'll be stuck somewhere. I had it, I definitely had it. Oh, it's there.
Oh, there we go. Where was it?
See, after all that. Oh, dearie me, what am I like?
What you like?
Uh-oh.
What?
I've lost the herd.
What do you mean you've lost the herd? It's in your hand.
Oh, no, I didn't cut it through. Oh,
What?
Debbie, you dipstick. What are you like? Oh, honestly, craft along with the experts, they say. I forgot to run it through a machine.
Do you know what?
dear.
I'm so pleased that this is my last day with Debbie, because obviously I'm off home for a few days, but I've just looked at my rota. I think I've got you for 3 days next week.
Oh,
as well,
you
Debbie.
poor thing, Ben, you poor thing.
I am delighted about that fact, because I literally have the best time. I do not stop laughing from start to finish. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Just by the way, quick apology to Gwenda G, who's messaged to say that 50th card that you showed was mine, not Dawn Robbins. So Gwenda, apologies for that. But thank you for sending your card in. Apparently we put the wrong name on it, apparently.
Oops.
But thank you, Gwenda.
Right, so my mum is, wait a minute, 73, 30. What am I doing?
What?
I don't need an ordinal on there. Oh, I do?
No, you do.
65. Oh my God, let me get it back on. It was going so well, Sam.
You definitely need,
Sam.
you don't have to. Happy birthday, 73.
73rd. Oh,
it's definitely
dearie
all
me.
that you want.
Oh, I can't blame the coffee, because John made the most delicious, smooth coffee I've ever had. That was delicious, but there we go. I do need my herd. My 73rd.
Dear.
Yes.
I need
so
to lie down.
I need to lie down. Let me tell you, thank goodness Sam's doing all the demos tonight for me. Right, but we've now got all this all ready. What we're going to do is the decoration. I'm going to leave you for a couple of minutes to get yourself all sorted and caught up, and then we'll do that extra bit of decoration. But what you need to get hold of, if you've got it, is the lovely sentiment set here, which is the party time.
Yes, wow. I mean, what a craft along this has been. It's been educational, it has been fun, it has been brilliant. I've loved this. Hopefully you are loving this as much as we are as well. So thank you for all of the lovely comments coming in. Don't forget, at the end of the show, we want you to send in all of the cards that you've made as well, because I know loads of you are crafting along with us. Just to say, this is available for you. The collection is here for you right now. It's back in stock. It's sold out on launch. If you are one of those people who missed out, get it today, because you're getting that platinum price. If you're a platinum member of £23.99 or $31.96. The other thing to tell you about this paper handler, I told you a minute ago we had less than 30, but Betsy has been in touch and said she's just bought 5, so I can confidently tell you that we've got less than 25. In fact, I can confidently tell you we have got less than 20 chances to buy on the 12x12 paper handler. It has been flying. Don't miss out. Please, 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 whatever you do, don't come to me tomorrow and go, oh, I didn't get it. You didn't warn me. We're giving you plenty of warning. It's been flying, and you've now got less than 20 chances to buy it. Listen, we'll come back. We're going to speak to Deborah Barnforth, who's been crafting along with us in Poulton-le-Fylde in Lancashire here in the UK. She's got some projects to show us, which we'll have a look at in just a few moments' time. But whilst we get ready to do that, here's some details about our US shipping. We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon. Thank you, Digital Ben. No, I was not wearing the same outfit. I'm wearing a different shirt today and a different waistcoat, Georgina. So there. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming in. I love the fact that lots of you saw where that Erd went a few moments ago and we couldn't find it. But thank you to all of the Miss Marples and the Hercule Poirots out there who managed to solve the case of the Erd. So thank you for those. Pamela just says, I do stuff like that all the time, Debbie. I still can't find where I put my liftable dies. That's the problem, isn't it? We've got so much crafty stuff. Sometimes it's impossible to find exactly what we want. But I know where to find Deborah Barnforth. Deborah is in Poulton-le-Fylde, and she's joining us virtually today on the craft along. And as well as crafting along with us, Deborah, I know you've been busy working on quite a few projects as well, because you were telling us a little bit earlier on that you like to craft for friends and family. And before this particular craft along, you've been very busy making some projects, which I know you're going to show us right now. What have you been working on recently?
That was the number card.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Is that a shaker?
Shaker card, yeah.
Oh, fabby. That's it. Give it a little shake for us. Yes, I love that.
That's beautiful. And again, look how lovely she's used these, the sentiments and the ordinals.
Yes.
Absolutely to perfection to create that gorgeous shaker card. Lovely. Gorgeous work, Deborah.
Didn't lose your ordinal there whilst you put that one together. What else have you got, Deborah?
One of the K cards that Sarah did.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
I love that card.
How long did it take you to put that together?
Beautiful.
About an afternoon, actually, for this one.
That's
following Sarah's instructions.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, Deborah. I love that, and I love the choice of the butterfly paper in the background as well. Beautiful.
Fantastic. And have you got one more there as well, I think, haven't you? Oh,
Yay!
the succulents.
Whoa, I love the succulents. Sensational succulents. That is sensational. That is beautiful. Oh, I love that, Deborah. That is absolutely beautiful. I love that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous work. Absolutely gorgeous work.
Thank you, Deborah, for showing us those. We'll come back to you in just a little while, but we have literally got about 10 minutes remaining, Debbie, so we need to crack on. What do we need to do next?
Right, so I did say for this bit you're going to choose the party time one. I just thought it's a nice die set. It's a great deal we've got on as well with all those other elements. And for me, the handy ones to have, do you know that you can carry in your little carry case with you around? And anytime you need to add something like this is that added detail. So what I've done is the texture cardstock that we talked about at the beginning, I've chosen a dark colour and a light colour. And I'm actually going to put these two pieces together and cut these through at the same time because we all know the power of a Gemini. I am just going to physically pop those on with both of those pieces of cardstock sandwiched together, and then we're going to run that through our Gemini. So, and that will cut out multiple balloons and a couple of the banners on there, cut all the string pieces as well. This is the decoration part. I've got a couple of photos ready. This is the bit that I did say was optional because if you think about it, you are creating something for you or somebody that you know.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be putting pictures of me and my mum in there, do you? But pull those off, and literally what you've got now is a couple of die cuts because the power of that Gemini can cut through those, so you can create multiples. And when I say multiples, literally, that's exactly what we are doing here. We are cut out multiple pieces of the balloons. Couple of colours as well, couple of nice, different shades of the blue that match there lovely. And of course, you put yours to your colour combination that you've chosen.
And these are from the Elements collection as well that we've got on the show for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got all those pieces and I've even got my little strings. So I'm just going to bring these out and pop these on. Take the top two layer off first. There we go, that's that one. Just get rid of that piece of cardstock and let's just get the other colours out as well. Right, so in fact, I'm not going to worry too much about this. In fact, let's just leave that because I want to get this little next stage done. Right, so photos. If you are popping your photos in, and let me just move those out of the way for a second so you can see everything that I'm doing here. I'm just going to pop my photos in. So you can pop them in afterwards or before, but I'm just going to pop this one of me, my mum and my sister on this one. So let's pop this in. And again, I'm just using some tape pen to pop this down into there. So let's pop...
Oh, a lovely photo.
Oh, thank you, Ben. That's my sister Dawn.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's that sister. Actually, do you know what? Amount of people that have said we're sisters. That's my mum, Maureen. Very young, Mozzle. Old Mozzle. And then I've got a little picture here of me with my mum and my little granddaughter Safi. Couple of years, well, I say a couple of years back, about a year ago. So when we could go out into the places to eat and drink merrily, which actually not too bad now. We can do a few of those bits.
Are you a grandma, nanny?
I'm a nanan. Wash your mouth out with soap. I'm a nanan.
A nanan.
A nanan, yes.
A nanan.
I had a little Sky chat with her before we came to air.
Yeah.
I always do every day when I'm away, and she did set up, she brought me out. Nanan, when are you coming back?
Aww.
I'm like, she pulls at my heartstrings, she does. She pulls at my heartstrings.
I bet you're a great nanan.
She's my world, let me tell you. She's my absolute world, as is Ezra, because Ezra's really coming on, they're just starting to wean him. So he's being weaned, he got a little high chair, and I say a little high chair, it swamps him. He looks teeny weeny in this high chair.
You've got to be careful so he doesn't slip down and fall out the bottom.
Well, he's got this one's a special support. It's really posh what she's got. It's got this back support that you can sit in it. It's like an extra seat inside it.
Oh, cool, blimey.
Honestly, it's so posh. But he loves his food.
How old is he now?
6 months old. He's had his first bit of mashed banana and fruits, and I think she said she tried him with a bit of, I don't know if it was avocado, she said she tried him with. I can't remember, but but they are honestly, Ben, when I said they're my world, they are.
Well, I've seen it before when you've been chatting to them on your on your Facebook Live or Skype, whatever it is, and I can tell that you love them. I can tell that you love them a lot.
Gosh. Absolutely, I can't wait. Thursday night I finish here. I'm heading straight down the motorway. I'm getting up very early Friday to go and see them before I set off for Kent, because I don't think I could cope that long without seeing them. So I'm going to have a little... The only problem that I'm worried there is that because she doesn't like me to leave her. She like, Nan, stay. And I'm like, So it's a toss-up. I said to Tasha, I might have to think about this one because I'm not sure she's going to let me leave. And I do need to set off. It's a long drive down to Kent. for me books this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's this weekend.
Oh, it's this weekend. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But all I'm doing here, Ben, is I am literally, and I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put a bit of glue on the back of my hand. Very careful if you do this at home, because you've got to make sure you're not allergic to any of the glues.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing it for a little bit of speed, because I want to add a few of these balloons on there. And I'm going to give them a little different colour string. I'm going to turn that in a little bit. But this is, like I said, this is the fun factor. And again, you could add a couple of little pieces onto the inside. So if I just pop a couple of these on, let's pop a balloon over there.
Your job when you go down to see Bucks Fizz, it's because it's Jay, isn't it, who you said is a bit of a crafter as well?
She makes all the costumes and the things like that for the band. So
see if you can get her on one of the shows. See if you can get her on your next wake-up call.
I want to get her on one of my next wake-up calls. I'm going to have a chat with them when I go down there. So I'm see if I can, because she's amazing. If you saw what she could create, Bernie would love her. She would love her, because what she can do with a sewing machine. Wow, she's not only a talented singer, but she's a very talented designer as well. Talented all round, Ben. Talented all round.
Who's that? Bernie's a good singer, did you say?
Oh, Bernie's a fantastic limerick.
Limericks.
Limerick. Is that such a word?
Limerickist.
Thank you.
I don't know, making it up.
We're making that up, aren't we, as we go along? Literally. We are giving, but she's fantastic. You know, Ben, you've seen some of her work.
I know.
My goodness. And she does it really fast.
Oh, yes, brilliant.
I can't think that fast. It take me ages to work out that. All those little rhyming things that she does. But she's amazing. Amazing. So I'm just going to pop these on, and literally, if you notice why I've hung them over, I'm going to do a little bit of snipping again. So we're going to snip those off. And I'm going to do the same here as well. So let's do this one. And then just around the edge there as well. And then also I'm going to do with this, and if you don't want to use the string pieces, I'm going to pop one on there like that. Let's do that again. Let's just pop that. How are we doing for time, guys? Give me a little reality check.
On the show.
We'll get this done. We'll get this done.
Just to say as well, whilst you're sticking, Barbara just says, Debbie, not only am I learning a lot, but you make it so enjoyable. I'm learning how to use my cardstock and dies and working on getting to platinum status. Thank you, Barbara. That's a lovely message. Alicia on YouTube has said, I've just purchased the numbers bundle. I can't wait to get it. This lovely presentation sold it to me. Patty saying, I need a big screen in my bathroom so I can stream the shows whilst I do my hair and makeup for work. It would be easier than watching on my iPad. Do you think my husband would mind? Is that a question to us or everyone else, Patty? I'm not answering that one. That's above my pay grade.
Dear, I love it.
Lord Adam in the gallery says it'd be fine. Say Adam says it's okay.
Now, what I'm just doing now, Ben, is just doing my little finishing touches. I took a white gel pen for this one, just to highlight the little balloons there. And again, I have literally just taken that over and used the back. Oh, look at the thing, it's moved. Hang on a minute. Use the embossed element of that die to create that highlight. Yeah. But there you go. And then I'm just going to finish that off. And this is the bits that you can do at home. But I'm just going to finish these off with a few gems. And we'll put let's go a little bit curvature onto there.
Got to have a bit of bling, haven't we?
Got to have a bit of bling. Absolutely. And these are hunky-dory gems that you'll find on our website. And again, it's just to finish off. You can do this at a later time just to finish that off. But apart from my last little bit that's not stuck down there, we've managed just in time to get our happy birthday with the right age on for my mum, 73rd birthday, and I'm going to add more pictures to that later. But you can see now a lovely mini album using those cut-in numbers, but just absolutely beautiful, easy to use, so many ways to use them. I can't wait to see your finished craft along projects with your personalised pictures in there, and honestly, they're just a fantastic deal that we've got them on, and they're back in stock.
They are.
Definitely, what's that noise, Ben? What's that noise?
Helicopter.
Helicopter?
Yeah, it's your helicopter. Come to get you, take you home.
Special landing in the building? But yeah, honestly, go and get them while we've still got them back in stock, while you've got them at that fantastic price. So Ben, that's me done for my bit.
Wow.
So yeah, let's see your makes, and you can show them on the later show today, because I will be here, just be in the background.
I can tell you that has been one of the most enjoyable craft alongs I think I've ever been a part of. I've loved it. Even though I didn't craft along today personally, I absolutely loved that. And this is the kit that you can get. There's just a few makes here of some other ideas for you, some of the things that you can be making. So of course you get all all of the numbers that you need to be able to make these gorgeous cards. I just think they're great, and as we've already talked about today, for personalisation, for being able to create cards for any age, any occasion, you've got it. Don't forget, as well as the numbers, you're also going to get the full set there of those dies with happy birthday, anniversary, celebrate and congratulations, and you've got your ordinals as well. Continue to buy after the show. Don't forget, you can get these if you're a platinum member at $23.99 or $31.96, and then you'll have this show to come back to at a later date as well. Must just note to you as well, those paper handlers are going to sell out. If you're thinking about buying the 12x12s, get them before they go. And I tell you what, we've got less than 10 remaining on those. Let's just very quickly, it's been so chaotic, say a very goodbye to Deborah, who's been crafting away with us in Polton on the Files. Deborah, did you enjoy the craft along, and did you manage to get a finished project?
I did.
Yes, that's brilliant.
Woo! That's lovely, Deborah. You're going to add some pictures later?
Thank you.
Oh, brilliant. Fabulous. I'm glad you've enjoyed yourself. That's beautiful. Isn't that lovely, Ben?
That's it.
Lovely.
Just pop it in front of you. Pop it in front of you for us. That's it. No, other way. No, towards you. There you
Yay! go. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you, Deborah. Have you enjoyed the whole experience with us?
Yes, thank you.
Excellent stuff.
Turned out all right. Yes, thank you.
And when you think perhaps about joining us again, will you think perhaps about joining us again in the future?
Yes, I would do. Yeah.
Yay! That's what I like to hear, Ben.
Deborah, thank you so much. We're glad that you finished your project with us, and we've really enjoyed having you here with us on the Craft Log. There's been some lovely messages for you coming on the socials as well, which I know you'll be able to check a little bit later. Thank you so much, Deborah.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, wow. Wasn't Deborah brilliant, Debbie?
Yeah, she was absolutely fabulous, Ben. So much love to you, Deborah. Thank you for joining us. And if you've been sat there thinking, I might quite like to join in, literally drop an email to, and I believe there's a different email for this, isn't there? Is it at studio? Oh, right. Ooh. Producer Georgina, you'll have to repeat it for me. But drop us a line. Just drop us a line via email and tell us that you want to join along, and who knows, this time next week this could be you.
Just send it, here it comes, it's coming up now, here it is.
Look, he's a good lad, he is. Just follow that link on the bottom and let us know if you want to join in with any of our shows, because we'd love to have you, especially on the craft alongs. I've had so much fun, and I'm glad Deborah has too. Now, I'm going to say bye-bye. I'm just going to say bye-bye because you're going to be having Creative Cravings with the lovely Ben, and we've persuaded her not to pack her bags and down tools. She stayed for the rest of the day because she's going to do some amazing demos later. You've got our lovely Sam from our Evesham store who's going to be here doing the demonstrations. I'll just be in background, having a nice cuppa and a sit down. So I'll see you all again tomorrow for Wake Up Call.
Well, thank you so much, Debbie. What a brilliant show. Yes, in case you missed it, we've got Sam Wade from our Evesham store here, going to be taking us through loads of demos and fun on Creative Cravings in a couple of hours' time. But for now, thank you so much for crafting along. Don't forget to send in your pictures if you did craft along. We'll show those during Creative Cravings, and we look forward to joining you then. If you've got stuff in your basket, check out those baskets, and we'll be back with you in just a couple of hours. Bye for now.